Imanis Life Sciences was happy to welcome Dr. Freek Beekman to their offices on June 7th. He is the founder of MILabs and heads the Radiation Detection and Medical Imaging Department at TU Delft University in the Netherlands. Dr. Beekman was visiting Rochester, Minnesota from his home in the Netherlands to give a seminar at Mayo Clinic. Beekman has co-authored 140 papers and is the inventor on 31 patents. He has pioneered SPECT technology. Imanis uses his GSpec technology to achieve higher resolution imaging of our high-quality reagents. While visiting at Imanis, he sat down to have a conversation about the growth of MILabs, developing GSpec and GSpec technology, and what motivates him to work so tirelessly to improve imaging technology. We started by discussing the immense growth of MILabs since its founding 11 years ago. He describes the thrilling and challenging elements of going from being a small company to distributing globally, with over 100 installations at institutions such as Mayo Clinic, Yale, the Dutch Cancer Center, and Oxford.
And there are always big steps you make, like install the first system at a client site, and then install the first system in North America under a lot of resistance that you get from competitors that don't want you to get in that territory, and that's really a challenge, but also very satisfying that people choose something you have built, and you are still a small company, and they despite that they want your product anyway because they believe that they can do unique things with it. So that is very exciting, but also sometimes sleepless nights, because if you don't want that anything goes wrong at a client site. So it's a big responsibility to deliver a machine that is going to be used for medical research. You don't want that you have to go there again because something is not working. You have to take care when you grow from a local company to a company that operates worldwide, because we are everywhere in the world, that you are sure that you can service the system, that you are sure that this is the next happy client, because that will help you to make the next step.
Dr. Beekman and his team designed the first GSpec system with ultra-high resolution for imaging small animals. SPECT stands for Single Photon Emission Computed Tomography. It is a biomedical engineering device that detects specific tracers in the body that are administered to patients, usually by injection, prior to performing the scan. The tracers are labeled using a gamma-emitting isotope. With dedicated cameras, one can observe them in the body. Dr. Beekman describes what makes his SPECT machine different from its predecessors.
Yeah, so we started out indeed with the GSpec. We had a research model that won several awards, like the Image of the Year from the Society of Nuclear Medicine. That were of course indicators that we had something special, and we knew also what was distinguishing our system from other systems, and that was a much better resolution, also a higher sensitivity, and also a much higher imaging speed. So the system was suitable to do dynamic imaging, so you could make movies of tracers that are in the body, so you can see where they go to an organ or a tumor, and that was important. On top of that, our system didn't have moving detectors, which make them very reliable, and that is as important as that we had a higher performance. So that made the GSpec a big success also in the market.
Dr. Beekman comments on why high imaging resolution in small animals is important for the development of new therapeutic research.
Yeah, so you can compare it with reading a book. If you have no sharp vision and you have to read the book without the glasses and you cannot distinguish the letters, you won't learn much about what is in the book. And the book of the biology can be your mouse, where you want to see in which structure really a tracer ends up, and the better resolution, the better you can do that.
Availability of high-resolution imaging technology is extremely important for companies such as Imanis, which provide imaging reagents. Dr. Beekman describes his connection with the Imanis team.
Yeah, the Imanis people who also work at the Mayo Clinic were the first people at the Mayo Clinic who published, and I was really amazed how quickly that went. We had the system installed and then immediately we saw publications in very high-ranked journals, and they were also explaining why resolution for them was important, and you could also see what the effect was of having a high resolution, that they could suddenly see that what they couldn't see before. That's of course nice if you have a happy client and you can talk about the science. I'm a scientist myself, so I really like that, and we regularly talk about what is needed for the future and so on. So it's a special relationship, and also we enjoy to see each other very much.
Transitioning to the scale of human research, Dr. Beekman developed the GSpec system, which enables high-resolution large animal and human imaging. It is not yet available for clinical use, but is certainly proposing some exciting developments in the clinical diagnostic imaging world.
Yeah, so the GSpec is very much inspired by the Preclinical SPECT product, the GSpec. So all the advantages of having a high resolution, a high sensitivity, a high speed are also in the GSpec. So many principles are very, very similar. The problem there was that it takes a huge investment to make that step. So we could do that, and so, but we have also to go a long way to get that approved, and so the system is not yet in the market, but we found investors that support the clinical approval of this system.
A large part of MILabs' success is their connection with their customers. I asked Dr. Beekman how he stays in touch with his consumers and how this shapes his company.
Yeah, you really have to be with the customers, talk with the customers, and if they take every complaint serious and prioritize what their feedback is. Now, not so much complaints, but more ideas. We would like to do that if you could facilitate that, that would be great. And then you have to think, oh, how can we do that? And how many users would benefit from that, and what would it mean? And then you do it, and it's fun and it's nice, and again the machine is better.
Finally, he spoke about what motivates him personally to make advancements in imaging technology.
I like the engineering, and I like to invent, to think about a problem and find a solution. I have a team that likes that too. And they are very good engineers and programmers. And yeah, I cannot sit still if there's a problem. There's always a problem in science. We want to see the unseen. And there's always something that is unseen and that we may be able to make visible. and I think that is my drive.
If you want to learn more about MILabs and their work, a link to their website will be in the description of this video. Visit imanislife.com to explore our oncolytic virus repository and variety of expert services. At Imanis, our reagents are made in-house, so the expert scientists who make the products are the ones available to answer your questions and provide guidance. For any questions, please contact the email address on the screen, which will also be linked below. Thank you to Dr. Beekman for his time, and thank you very much for watching.